Hello. Now, today I'm going to be covering the Steam sale. And one of the great things about the Steam sale every summer is that you tend to have a different little event to celebrate or to get people engaged in the event. And this year, 2015, Steam has the Monster Summer Game. Now, by playing the Monster Summer Game, it is an HTML5 game, not a Flash game, but it plays in your browser. By playing the Monster Summer Game, you will you'll do two things. One, you'll contribute to lower prices with the rest of the community. The more participants we have engaged in the game, the more bonuses you'll see unlock. Right here, for example, we have today's milestone for day 1. Joining the game, clickety-click, and defeat bosses. We have completed 8 of the 9 milestones currently. So if we defeat 20,000 more bosses before the end of this round, all the milestones will have been reached. And by reaching these milestones, it will unlock a discount for these games, as you can see here. Now the games are not... You do not know what the game is beforehand, so you have to reach that milestone to reveal it. Number 2, the second reason why you would be interested in playing this Monster Summer Game is because if you do, you will get random card drops in a similar fashion to how normal games in Steam will drop cards. This game, the Monster Summer Game, will only drop cards for the Steam Summer Badge, and you can only get a maximum of 3 every day, every 24 hours, and you need to be a level 5. You have to have a level 5 Steam account or higher. So in other words, you're not going to be farming this with a whole bunch of alt accounts. So now the Steam game itself is pretty simple, but I'm going to jump back in and resume a game that I started. My current level is 46. Now people were having difficulties getting in earlier, but many of those issues seem to have been resolved, or it's simply because there was considerably lower demand at this time of day. So what are we looking at here? I mean, it's sort of it's a very pixel art sort of game, and it has like an old CRT TV display and a radio speaker right there. So what is the UI? Let me respawn here, and I'm going to show you basically how it works. You just click like a madman on enemies. See? It's that simple. There really is no strategy to this game. But then again, there is. And that's where the gold comes in. As you can see, I currently have 482,000 gold. And you can use gold to upgrade your, let's say your account, your character. Now, light armor increases the total amount of health that you have. Auto firing increases how much damage you do while you're not playing. So because this game runs all the time, you will be doing more damage or dealing more damage if you're actively clicking, but even if you're logged out of this page entirely, you will still be contributing to your team's effort, let's say. Advanced targeting increases the damage by from the passive auto fire that I discussed before. Then we have armor piercing rounds, which directly affects the amount of damage I do when I click, like so. If I upgrade it higher, I'll deal more damage. Explosive rounds, they also increase the amount of damage I do every time I click an enemy. Lucky shot, now this is playing with critical hit chances, and I really don't recommend investing too heavily in it. I've browsed the Reddit forum for Steam, and not a lot of players have reported getting lucky shots, but if you feel like that's worth going into, be my guest. Boss loot is great for boss levels, and if you have enough gold, go ahead and buy it, because it will increase the loot that they drop. Now, I know we haven't covered the different stages yet, and maybe I should do that first, but before that, I think I would like to continue on and finish with the different abilities here. Some of them are unlocked from the very beginning, such as the Good Luck Charm and the Metal Detector, and I also believe the decreased cooldowns. These all require gold to buy, and once you buy them, they'll be displayed down here below your health bar. By clicking on them, you will activate that perk, and in this case it is the medic perk, and it increases the health of all members of my team. You can see right here it says in the little chat panel, you can't chat in it by the way, it says I used medics. So it will have a cooldown period before you can use it again. In this case, from the medic or the metis, it's medics. For the medics, it is 5 minutes. Other ones, for example, the nuke is an hour. So use them wisely. There are a couple of, no, I shouldn't say, there are several special abilities that you can get, and most of them are dropped by defeating bosses. Now, these special abilities are usually a one-time use, which means that you use it one time and then it disappears from your, let's say, this inventory down here. So use those wisely. Below the abilities and upgrades panel, we have the elemental damage. Now, how elemental damage works is it corresponds to the little picture that you see up here in these 3 lanes. I'll cover the lanes in a minute, but by matching the picture to a lane, for example, the water picture here to the water lane, you can easily determine which lane you will do the most damage in, depending upon how you have upgraded your elemental damage, because it's going to be difficult to upgrade all of them. They're rather expensive as you upgrade more and more. So in my case, I focused on 2 of them. So that way I figured it would be a good balance, and most likely I would always have a lane that I could deal some significant damage in. And I omitted to the 2 others. I invested 1 point in them because that's when you see the greatest benefit, is that first point. After that, the law of diminishing returns starts to kick in, and you're not going to see as much of a bonus from investing in it in further ones. But it will increase it by a significant amount. So you do want to invest in elemental damage. It's just you'd be better off focusing on 2 of them, I believe, than all 4 of them. Now, covering the right side of the screen, I mentioned the lanes a little earlier. Lanes are basically different areas of the map you can fight in. Now, every level consists of 3 lanes. You can see right now I'm in level 47. To complete the level, I want to call this a spawner. This unit spawns the 3 little units, and you must kill it and then kill the 3 little units to finish 1 lane. So if I kill these little ones before I kill the spawner will just respawn more little ones. This effectively allows you to farm the game for gold, which is important because otherwise you might get stuck if you hadn't upgraded your profile in a good manner. So what you have with the lanes then is you can switch between them. Now you only get gold from enemies killed in your lane, but you do not have to land the killing blow or anything. Any enemy units that are killed in the lane that you are currently selected, their gold drop will also be added to your gold supply, which is important because even if you are offline, the lane that you're in is going to be the lane that you're going to get gold from, and you will get gold passively when you're offline because there are always people playing, and your account is always attacking. Like you can see right now, passively I'm attacking for 250 hit points every second. So there's always going to be some action going on. You're always going to be generating gold. Then down here we have the team damage per second. This is calculated in aggregate, the total number of players in this lane dealing per second. And the team health, I'm not exactly sure what that bar represents, but it seems that the more players that are healthy, the more green you see over here. So I'm sorry, I don't know much about that. I mentioned this chat log in the right side of the screen right here. Now you can't actually chat with it, but it displays the actions or the abilities that other players in this lane have used. Or I shouldn't say in this lane, in this level have used. Now some people have mentioned or proposed the idea that switching lanes quickly will result in you being locked in a lane permanently until you have completed that lane. I have not experienced this personally, but it's something you might want to keep in mind when you're playing. Maybe you'll notice something different than what I noticed. Now, I know many of you are going to say, man, clicking just non-stop, that's got to be bad for my mouse and my finger, and it's really super boring. Well, it sort of is, which is why I use a macro. I'm using Mouse Recorder Pro right here, and I've recorded basically one mouse click. The reason I am using Mouse Recorder Pro is because it is a very easy program for beginners to record macros for mice and keyboard commands with. You don't actually have to mess with the coding at all, and you'll be able to set up some stuff like this. So basically what I have here is when I press Control 2, I will just start auto attacking. Now this is faster than what you would normally get because I did edit that, and damn it, you have to be careful about that. So where was I? Yes. You have to be very careful about your usage of macros, because if you're clicking 1,000 times a second, you can really cause some weird things to happen. That's what I was doing there. I was clicking 1,000 times a second. I ran out of health points, and then there's a little pop-up screen that comes up, and if you click that too much, it'll crash the game. So you have to be careful. You have to monitor your HP if you're doing macros that fast, at least. I would probably recommend doing slower macros, basically what you would consider normal for a person to be able to click non-stop, because I always look suspicious on Steam's end, and although I haven't been banned yet, I really wouldn't want to get banned over such a small thing, I guess. So I think I've pretty much covered everything here, but in conclusion, I would just like to point out that there are benefits to getting or unlocking a very high level in the this Monster Summer game, because you'll get points you can use for the next day to upgrade your character earlier on. And the same applies with the Steam Summer Badge. You will get 1 additional point for every level of the Steam Summer Badge that you craft, and you'll also get an additional point to invest with every 10, or every boss. A boss is every 10 levels. Every boss level that you finish in the Monster Summer game. I didn't cover the boss stage because I'm currently not in one, but there's one. It's very similar to an ordinary stage, with the one exception that even after you kill the boss, the enemies will continue to respawn unless you kill them all within a certain amount of time. So you're working on a time frame there, and it is best to sort of work all the enemies' health points down low and then just hit them and kill them off in a short period of time. One final thing is that just by playing the game, you will also unlock the Monster Summer Badge. It will increase in value, in other words, the XP you receive from it. Now this is XP for in your profile. The XP that levels your profile up. The higher you get the level of your your Monster Summer Badge. This is separate from the Steam Summer Badge, and it is only achievable by playing the Monster Summer game. The higher you get it, the rank of it, the more XP you'll get, but the image doesn't appear to change, because ever since I completed the first boss level, it's stayed at 10 plus, even though I have completed level 40 currently. It says level 40 Monster Summer Badge, but the image hasn't changed to reflect that. So I believe that pretty much covers the Monster Summer game from Steam. If you found this video useful, I would appreciate it if you would like it or give it a thumbs up to help it gain visibility. I really hope it was informative for you, and thank you for watching.